All the secretariat, please take your place. We will start our program shortly. Bukan, I just do reminding. So kindly be seated as we start our program shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, the arrival of our guest of honor, the Right Honorable Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Datuk Haji Openg, Premier of Sarawak, accompanied by our distinguished guests. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to the Right Honorable Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Datuk Haji Openg, Premier of Sarawak. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may we all remain standing for the national anthem Negaraku, followed by Sarawak State Anthem, Ibu Pertiwiku.
Bersama
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please kindly be seated and thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam hormat, salam sejahtera, salam Sarawakku sayang. Good evening and warmest greetings to the Right Honourable Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari, Bintun Datuk Abang Haji Oping, Premier of Sarawak, the Honourable Datuk Amar Haji Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, Deputy Premier, Second Minister for Natural Resources and Urban Development, Minister for International Trade and Investment Sarawak, Honourable Ministers, Honourable Deputy Ministers, distinguished guests, Dr. Luli Maling, Director of Sarawak Tropical Peat Research Institute, the Organising Chairman of Asiaflux 2022, Head of Departments, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Asiaflux 2022 opening ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please give yourself and everyone a big round of applause for being here tonight. And also, to Genang Pampat, group by the staff of Sarawak Tropical Peat Research Institute. Once again, please give them a big round of applause. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Asiaflux 2022 conference is jointly organized by Malaysian Peat Society, MPS, partnership with the Sarawak Tropical Peat Research Institute, TROPI, and Asiaflux Science Steering Committee in collaboration with National Institute for Environmental Studies, Japan, Hokkaido University, Japan, Malaysian Palm Oil Board, MPOB, Forest Research Institute Malaysia, FRIM, and Malaysian Agricultural Research and Development Institute, MARDI, and also Asiaflux 2022, supported by the Sarawak Convention Bureau. Asiaflux 2022 is attended by more than 250 delegates from all over the world, and for Sarawak has been given the honor to host the Asiaflux 2022. Tonight's gathering is not only to officiate Asiaflux 2022 conference, but also to celebrate and recognize the achievements of Asiaflux researchers who have outstanding research outputs and contribute actively to the global network. We hope that tonight will be a memorable and wonderful experience for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move on, let us begin with the recitation of Doa. For that, we would like to invite Al-Fadil Ustaz Suharman bin Haji Edward from Sarawak Islamic Religious Department to recite the Doa.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا شاكرين حمدا حامدين حمدا يوافي نعمه ويكافئ مزيده يا ربنا لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Ya Allah, the most gracious and the most benevolent, on this glorious evening, and with the greatest of gratitude, we raise our hands seeking your blessings upon this Asiaflux 2020 conference that will be officiated by the Right Honourable Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Haji Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari, Bintun Datuk Abang Haji Openg, the Premier of Sarawak. Allahumma ya Allah, ya Fattahu ya Alim. Ya Allah, let this occasion be a part of our continuous efforts in doing good deeds and virtues. Please grace this occasion with your blessings and mercy. May we achieve all the noble aims and objectives. Render us the strength, diligence, and patience so that we can work together in building our nation towards a new height of advancement, progress, and excellence. With all the useful knowledge, valuable experience, and precious outcomes that we may gain from this occasion, please grant upon us the strength to benefit thereof, Ya Allah, for the enhancement of our religion, community, and nation. Allahumma ya Allah ya Dhal Jalal wal Ikram, Please safeguard our good relationship, mutual respects, and interactive solidarity. Please fill our hearts with the earnest of sincerity and patience. Guide us to the correct path. Provide us with thy light as against darkness, and keep us away from evils, whether they are deliberate and visible or otherwise. Please keep us clear from dangers and adversities, disasters and calamities, from all sources and causes that could jeopardize us, our communities, and our nation, our state, with your all-embracing mercy and protection, Ya Allah. Please bless Sarawak and Malaysia with peace, progress, and glory forever. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma, wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah, wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina adhaban nar. Allahumma bika nasta'in, wa alayka natawakkal, wa anta rabbul arshil azim irhamna, ya Rabbana fa innaka anta arhamar rahimin. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Amin, amin. Thank you very much to Al-Fadil Ustaz Suharman bin Haji Edward for the recitation of the Dua. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, after a long day, we would crave for a hearty meal in good companies. We hope that everyone would enjoy the dishes prepared especially for this occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, food presentation by Hilton Hotel. Thank you, Hilton Hotel, for a wonderful food presentation. Now we would like to invite our guests of honor and our guests to enjoy the mouth-watering meals. Bon appetit, selamat menjamu selera. And also, ladies and gentlemen, the buffet is also open to all guests. Enjoy the night. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to welcome our young talented dancers from our very own Malaysia School of Art Sarawak. Our welcoming dance are Ngajat Ngalutamwai and Ngajat Puak Kumbu. Let's put our hands together to welcome the dancers. From Ngajat Ngalutamwa, we move to Ngajat Puakumbu. Thank you to Malaysia School of Art Sarawak pun Sekolah Seni Sarawak. And also once again, thank you very much for carrying our tradition and cultures. And please give our young dancers a big round of applause once again, ladies and gentlemen. And also, the both dance belong to Iban ethnic, which also known as Sidaya, the largest ethnic group in Sarawak. Ladies and gentlemen, the Puak Kumbu commonly used in ceremonies of birth, wedding, burial, healing, and ceremonial customs of the Iban community, and also produced after the weaver obtains a sign or dream, and the weaving pattern and color give meaning to the status determinant of a woman. That's called Ngajat Ngalutamwai and also Ngajat Puak Kumbu. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so without further ado, to mark the beginning of today's event, we would like to invite Dr. Luli Meling, Director of Sarawak Tropical Pit Research Institute Tropi, Asiaflux 2022 Organizing Chairman, to the stage to deliver her welcoming address. Please welcome.
Good evening. Now, the Right Honorable Dato' Patinggi Dr. Abang Haji Abdul Rahman Zohari bin Tun Abang Haji Openg, Premier of Sarawak. The Honorable Dato' Amar Haji Awang Tengah Ali Hassan, Deputy Minister, Deputy Premier, my apologies, Second Minister for Natural Resources and Urban Development, Minister for International Trade and Investment. Honorable Ministers, Honorable Deputy Ministers, distinguished guests, and heads of department, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and a warm welcome to Sarawak Tropical Peat Research Institute. First of all, I want to express my sincere appreciation to Your Right Honorable, the Premier of Sarawak, for gracing the official opening of this Asiaflux 2022 conference. Thank you, YAB. As Sarawakians, we are blessed to have the strong and stable leadership of YAB Premier, supported by a united government. Such form of leadership and a genuine commitment to serve, to speak out for its people, and to take bold action is often underappreciated. YAB Premier, the team at Trophy and its relatively small but impactful resources continues to stand ready to support your vision for a sustainable and prosperous Sarawak. Ladies and gentlemen, your kind presence tonight lends grandeur to the opening ceremony, and your participation of the Asiaflux 2022 conference means a great deal to us, the Peat people, or if I may call it, Orang Gambut. We do feel sad that many delegates from Indonesia, China, and some countries who wanted to attend this year's conference have not been able to due to budget, travel, and immigration constraints. To a conference delegate, peat by itself doesn't sound sexy or glamorous, but once you get immense and get to know it, as we in Sarawak understand, you will realize how important it is to the state of Sarawak and the impact it has with this knowledge. Now, for the audience, invited guests, we'd like to introduce to you what is it about Asiaflux. Asiaflux was established in 1999, being the Asian arm of FluxNet, served as a platform for collaborative research on the cycles of carbon, water, and energy. Together, these FluxNet scientists have made breakthrough contribution to the quantification of the global carbon balance and developed a better understanding of the functions of Asian terrestrial ecosystem. Over the past 20 years, Asiaflux has developed into a regional research network and participation across 28 member countries. Members of Asiaflux have been building and using AdiFlux towers to measure the cycling of carbon, water, and energy between the biosphere and atmosphere. Today, over 100 AdiFlux towers covering a diverse array of terrestrial ecosystems have been built in Asia. These eddy-covariance towers, particularly those located within the tropical forest sites, are often located in isolated and hostile environments to be strategically positioned to monitor how our ecosystems adapt to environmental change. Sarawak is proud to be a part of this network, with Tropi having pioneered and commissioned 3 of such towers with the full support of the Sarawak state government and in collaboration with both Hokkaido University and the National Institute of Environmental Studies of Japan. Sarawak is the only state in Malaysia that has 3 flux towers, which have been operational for more than 10 years and strategically located in Cebu and Betong, where the excursion will be for the Maludam National Park. Ladies and gentlemen, the Malaysian Cabinet Committee on the Competitiveness of the Palm Oil Industry, the CCPO, which was chaired by the Prime Minister at its meeting in 2008, had noted the growing global concern on the expansion of the oil palm cultivation and its negative effect on the environment and its natural habitat. This was particularly directed at the opening of new oil palm planted areas in lock-over land and peatland. So the CCPO felt that of an urgent need that we do a scientific research on it to make sure that we are doing it accordingly as what the world needs on environmental sustainability. In support of this decision, CCPO agreed to the funding to be made available on this study. And in this context, the Ministry of Plantation Industry and Commodity, through the Minister then, Tan Sri Peter Chin, who is with us here tonight, had provided annual funding until early 2018 for the development of the necessary infrastructure for the study. Tan Sri Peter, thank you very much. Now, the decision provided the impetus to the state of Sarawak for the establishment of the Tropical Peat Research Laboratory then, and now the Sarawak Tropical Peat Research Institute in Sarawak. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter how good the horse is, but without the great knight on it, it doesn't work. It would also be impossible for Asiaflux 2022 conference to be hosted in Sarawak and for all of us to be here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the great knight is none other than the Premier of Sarawak, the Right Honorable Dato' Patinggi Abang Johari. He had ensured the continuity of funding for the study until today and in the far future for the world. Ladies and gentlemen, so now you know who is the knight on the horse tonight. With the first Asiaflux workshop being held in Sapporo, Japan back in the year 2000, it is a great honor for Sarawak today and for Tropi together with the Malaysian Peace Society and the Asiaflux Science Steering Committee to host the 2022 edition of the Asiaflux Conference in Kuching. With the theme, the nexus of land use change, ecosystems, and climate, a path towards sustainable development goals. With more than 100 presentations across both oral and poster format, the conference this year brings together contributions from Japan, South Korea, Indonesia, Canada, Estonia, Germany, Hong Kong, Mongolia, China, and USA. This conference provides an avenue for scientists to present their latest research breakthrough and best practices, while also creating the opportunity for enhanced cross-collaboration among the scientific community. Additionally, it also creates a platform to raise and promote awareness among governments, industry, stakeholders, and the general public on the importance of greenhouse gas cycling in determining sustainable land use policy and its implication. Over the past 2 days, we have had trainings on the theory of greenhouse gas flux measurement and the application of the eddy flux measurement tool organized in partnership with Campbell Scientific. You're right, Honorable. Actually, tonight we are very honored to have the god of the eddy flux in our room, who flew all the way from ICOS program in Europe. And I mentioned to him tonight, as we are the experts of flux here, but we also must know how to flux the evening tonight. Additionally, conference delegates will have a unique chance to explore and to experience being immersed in tropical peat swamp forest via a field excursion to the Maludam National Park on the 22nd and 23rd September. For YB's information, it's fully booked and it's real full house, with delegates still trying to penetrate and see whether they can slip through to have an experience of what is Maludam National Park. For they are curious what is wet and what is dry. For this field excursion, I would also wish to convey my deepest appreciation to Yang Setia Dato' Khairuddin Draman, the Sarawak State Director of the Malaysia Fire and Rescue Department, in supporting us with the logistics to cross the Batang Lupar from Lingga. So, ladies and gentlemen, climate change is the defining challenge of our generation, happening even more quickly than we fear. Climate is a risk multiplier that makes worse already existing challenges. This is a global threat, one which we are all losing. But this is a race that we can win and a challenge that we must overcome. Malaysia, during last year's UNFCCC COP26 in Glasgow, agreed that by 2030, it will reduce its GDP-based greenhouse gas emission intensity by 45% compared to the 2005 levels. And Sarawak plays a unique, important role in meeting the nation's climate commitment and ambition. Sarawak's peatland plays a major role due to its large carbon pool, many of which may have been disrupted due to land use change, weather, and climate extreme. It is thus our joint challenge as scientists, as policymakers, and industry stakeholders to work together, combining the vast resources and talents that the Sarawak has to offer to establish policies to restore, mitigate, and even halt the climate change. Flux measurement, the core of the work done by our member conference delegates, and a key pillar of our work here at TROPI, have been essential in providing greenhouse gas exchange information over time and space. Such empirical evidence and scientific data and insights provide policymakers with a much-needed tool in making informed policy decisions and charting the path forward to a low-carbon economy. I am certain and confident that Asiaflux, TROPI, and the state of Sarawak is well positioned to address these environmental issues head-on. YAB, the issue of climate change has been discussed for decades. Many areas have been highlighted, many are concerned, but little have been done. You have taken the bold decision to now place sustainability at the forefront of Sarawak's agenda. TROPI will place its utmost effort to assist and support your decision. For this, we also pray for your continued support on the reorganization of the Institute to be able to be more effective in supporting the urgent scientific need of the state to guide policy for the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, on behalf of the Asiaflux Science Steering Committee, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all those who have chosen to take part in the creation and growth of the Asiaflux network over more than 2 decades. Once again, thank you, Sarawak government, and especially the Right Honourable Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Zohari, my Premier, for your kind presence and unwavering support in making our Asiaflux 2022 conference a very meaningful and memorable event. Special thanks also to all our sponsors, distinguished delegates, invited speakers, exhibitors, attendees, and supporters. Please accept my deepest gratitude. Lastly, I would like to thank you all again, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, for your attendance and contribution to Asiaflux 2022. For tonight, let us all enjoy the music, enjoy the food, but more importantly, let us all enjoy ourselves among the company of friends, old and new. I wish you all a pleasant and a delightful evening. Thank you.
Our highest appreciation and gratitude to Dr. Luli Maling, Director of Sarawak Tropical Pit Research Institute, come Asiaflux 2022 Organizing Chairman. Once again, thank you very much.
There comes a time when we hear a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to love, the greatest gift of all. We can go on pretending day by day there's a one somewhere to make a change. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth in your love's all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a prize.
Can you guys clap your hands? Come on.